7.
The clerk will designate the amendment.
Amendment to the discussion draft offered by Mr. Hensarling. Page 41, after line 11, insert the following. Paragraph 5.
Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent that the amendment be considered as read.
Without objection, so ordered, and the gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Hopefully, well, I will attempt to make the debate brief since a lot of the debate has already taken place on the Manzullo amendment. Again, many of us on this side of the aisle have great concerns about the funding mechanism for the product ban agency. We are concerned that, number one, they essentially get to set their own budget. We could wake up one day, they could have a budget larger than the Pentagon. They are allowed to assess against all covered persons, which could include banks, thrifts, credit unions, finance companies, payday lenders, pawn shops, currency exchanges. Clearly, a number of retail stores could be caught within the ambit of their ability to assess what I believe is essentially a tax on financial products, mortgage loan services, mortgage loan brokers, real estate appraisers, automobile appraisers, companies that sell or service credit insurance, consumer credit reporting agencies, debt collectors. The list goes on and on and on. Again, by some estimates, we're talking about 10 to 15% of our economy, and the product ban agency would have the ability to assess fees upon all covered persons. Well, the problem is, I believe the covered person turns around and using a concept from economics, depending upon the elasticity of demand, they're going to be able to pass on some form or fashion of that fee to the consumer in what is essentially a consumer tax. Now, for those who continue to maintain that this is pro-consumer legislation, I'm not really sure how you raise the price of credit, how you raise the price of all these different services and somehow call that pro-consumer. And so this is a simple mechanism. It directs the director or the czar of the product ban agency to at least twice a year go and survey to find out if any of these fees are being passed on to the consumer. If they're being passed on to the consumer in the form of a de facto consumer tax, then the ability of the agency to assess that fee is terminated. And so then the agency would obviously have to find another funding source, I assume come to Congress for a regular appropriation. But if you're going to tax, at least do it in a transparent fashion. And this present mechanism is not transparent, it is not limited, and so it's a simple vote on whether or not there is going to be a consumer tax on financial products that cut across 10 to 15% of our economy, costing people their credit opportunities and the availability of services. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back the balance of my time and urge adoption.
I recognize myself, and